Alexander, and welcome to my Rainbow Six Siege Beginner's Guide. Now, I've created this because I found that when trying to learn Rainbow Six Siege myself, people tend to start, in Season 2 after people have played for years, expecting guys to understand a lot of things. So, attempting not to miss anything, I'm going to start some of this drier stuff right at the beginning at the menus and the interface for Rainbow Six Siege, and then move on to the basic gameplay tips. A lot of the things that people assume that players know. So this is episode 1, and I'm just going to go through, without trying to belabor them too much, I'm going to go through the menus for Rainbow Six. So right now we're at the home. As you can see, here is the quick button. Whatever's selected here is what you'll go into immediately. So if I click this, it'll begin a Terrace Hunt game. It will take me to the options for it. This arrow takes you to the Play tab, where you have situations. Situations are kind of like more in-depth tutorials. There are actually named tutorials, which are just videos. Situations allow you to play through. You start off with just basic weapons, no particular operator gadget, and then they start to explain some of the basics of the game. Definitely worth playing. Not going to get into them because they kind of explain themselves. Multiplayer. This is likely where you'll play most of your Rainbow Six Siege. Casual and ranked both have a meriting system based on how many wins losses you have. In ranked, it's called MMR. Casual has it, it just doesn't display it. It doesn't display a rank or anything, but it does match you up against players who have done similarly well or poorly in casual to make them the most competitive. Ranked is a beta. It says right there. Beta is a work in process. It has an abandon penalty, so if you leave a match, you receive a short ban. It is also has the more competitive rules. It has up to 9 rounds, including overtime. It is the first to 4 rounds, and each round is 3 minutes, whereas casual is the first to 3 rounds, and each round is 4 minutes. I think the main difference between that is in casual, they try to give you more time, not to rush the attackers or to the defenders, I guess, to allow people to explore the maps. It doesn't feel such like it makes it more of a environment for learning. It's a better learning environment when you have more time, so new players can learn. Custom game. I might get into this later. Very useful. This is probably one of the best tools you can use to teach yourself. Local, you can just play a game locally on your computer. Online, you can get a party together. You can play 5-on-5 and simulate the game. Have some shootouts with your friends and kind of use some wonky rules if you want. Change the presets. But the main thing I use it for is I play a local or an online by myself or with a friend, and we go through and explore maps or test things like the range of certain gadgets and those kind of things to kind of get a better understanding of the game. And Terrace Hunt. So Terrace Hunt is probably the best way to warm up. Casual is a good way to warm up as well, but the problem with casual is that you don't always get put into a position where you're going to get to shoot a lot of people. Terrace Hunt, you can select matchmaking, which will either match you up with a squad of up to 5 people on normal, hard, or realistic, or Lone Wolf is where you play by yourself. So this is how I'll normally warm up. I select Lone Wolf, then I select the difficulty I want to play on, and then that allows me to run around a map and shoot. Practice aiming, get warmed up to go into ranked. I'll get a bit more into the options stuff when I do the episode 3, and I'm going to go in, or episode 2, and I'm going to go into the settings, and we'll talk a bit more about Terrace Hunt. Okay, so if you hit these tab back here, this takes you back to the home page where we started. You can click play to go back to and select your options there. So the next tab is operators. Operators menu. So whenever you enter into a game, you're going to have to select your loadout for your operators. So you're going to click on the icon of the operator you want, and then it'll have the loadout. So if you've already set their loadout before, it'll stay there. Whatever you set, gadgets, weapons, preference, whether most operators will have a rifle and a shotgun, or an assault rifle and a marksman's rifle. So those are kind of your options for like primaries, secondaries, or pistols or SMGs. And then you have your gadget, your secondary gadget, which is you know, flashbangs, stun grenades, and then on the defense it's barbed wire, deployable grenades, C4. Different operators have different choices. What's very useful about this menu is that it allows you to view your operator loadout, uniforms, headgear. So I'll click on Sledge here. So here you have loadout, headgear, uniforms, details and stats, the operator's video, and bio. So these are all kind of like fluff, how you've done with the operator, some information, the operator's video, so kind of like his intro video, a little bit like about you know, how you use the operator, and then the bio. What is this fictional character's name and background? This is the stuff that you want here, is loadout, headgear, and uniform. So in loadout, this is where you can preset your loadout in advance. So you can pick between shotgun or rifle, you can pick between the pistol or submachine gun, the SMG, you can pick between frag grenades and stun grenades. This is for Sledge in particular. So you see if I go to somebody else, let's click Fuse has some unique ones. Check his loadout. So for Fuse, you can even pick a ballistic shield, which you can only operate with a pistol, whichever one you pick. He has an LMG, and he also has an assault rifle. So you can see it's pretty important to kind of decide. You can also pick the weapons before the game, but you don't really have much opportunity to. So you're going to go into a game, you're going to maybe tee up with your team what operator you're going to pick. 25 seconds to do that, and then you also have to select your loadout. So it's a lot easier to be like, you know, I'm going to play Fuse, so I'm going to go into his LMG. I have none of the attachments on, and the attachments make a big difference. So I'm going to go into sights. I'll set the reflex. Because that's the sight that I like. The Russian sights are slightly different than everyone else's. The flash hider is the barrel that I usually select for all weapons. The grip, only grip here, but it gives you a it helps you with dealing with recoil. Under barrel, I'm not going to put a laser on. And then I'll pick a weapon skin. Skins have nothing to do with strength or damage or anything like that. They're just simply cosmetic. Same thing with charms. I'm going to put on the Canada charm. Okay, so now this weapon's ready to go. So now when I get into the game, if I want to switch between the rifle, it's already set, and the LMG, which is already set, I can do that. The shield doesn't require any kind of tinkering, so that's good to go. So now I can decide to do an assault rifle or an LMG without having to quickly try to do it in the game, which a lot of time you won't get through. And if you're doing that every time, it does get a little annoying. So this menu is very good for sorting out guys' loadouts, operators' loadouts before you even get into the game, saving you some trouble. Once you've done it a couple times or you're rushing to do it, you'll get what I mean, and you'll probably use this menu a lot more. Headgear and uniforms. All it has here is this operator's unique headgears you can purchase with Rainbow Six credits is the blue one, the baby blue, and then yellow is Renown. So some of them you can see. Oh no, you can buy all of these ones with Renown or credits. Some things you can't buy with one or the other, and then all these ones you can buy with both. So yeah, you can see 720 Rainbow Six credits or 30,000 Renown, which is displayed here, your current total in the top right. So this is if you specifically want to customize this character. Sorry, Rainbow, the Uplay has been a little off, so sometimes it doesn't really load in some of these menus that well. It's been pretty slow this last week. Okay, so here it's got the owned uniform, so it'll display up here. This is the elite uniform, so when you get an elite uniform, not all operators have them. You have to use Rainbow Six credits, which means you have to either earn them, you know, somehow in some third party, or you have to purchase them with currency packs with real money. You can't earn Rainbow Six credits in-game by achievements or anything. So down here displays the items you get, and here it shows what his uniform looks like. Not all operators have them, but they're pretty neat. Some are better than others. That's definitely up for you to decide. It has a little charm here that looks like him. Changes the skin of his gadget, which is the multi-grenade discharger, if you will. Has a skin for all his weapons, and this is an animation. So when you have an elite skin, legendary skin, your operator will do a unique kind of animation if you become the MVP of a round. Okay, so that's just for elite. Not all characters have them, but this is what it looks like here, and displays it in the right. Down here you have all the other uniforms. So they're usually in pairs. So usually there's a uniform and then a headset that pairs with it. They're not displayed here. The same headset headgear is displayed for every single one. This is for you to explore. I'm not going to get too much into uniforms and headgear. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, so let's see the operator tab. So I think the major part of this is if there's a couple operators you want to try, I would definitely click on them, sort out their loadouts, set up their weapons so that you're not going into a round with iron sights and stuff, because you might be picking an operator with 5 seconds left. Someone will want Rook, or someone will get off Rook, and then you'll be like, oh, you know what, Rook's my favorite operator so far, and then you still don't have your attachments set on him because you don't have much time to. So that's something to think about doing. Okay, so like I said, you can select these tabs at any time. You can click Rainbow Six Siege to go back to home. We're going to go to shop. So the shop has only cosmetic items. Nothing in here will help you win necessarily. So a uniform, so to me, if you're in a very dark environment, having dark weapons, dark uniform, dark headgear should help you somewhat. Not necessarily, really measurable advantage, but it may slow down someone acquiring you by fractions of a second because they may not quite recognize you. If you're wearing all white, for instance, and you're in a very dark room, someone's going to pick you out right away. Or if you have a very white headgear, someone is immediately going to see that and probably help them acquire shooting you in the head. That's my personal opinion. But so that's maybe the only advantage you're going to get out of this is, thinking about your color of your headgear or your uniform and your environment. So all this has is a bunch of different menus to view content. So highlights are kind of like the season's highlights, things that are new this season, or just things that you play is trying to advertise for purchase for cosmetic things. Bundles are the most cost-effective way of buying things. So instead of buying each piece of Mira's Golden View bundle or her headgear, her uniform, her skin for her vector, and this charm, if you like them all, this is the most efficient way to buy them. And you can either buy it with, again, the baby blue is Rainbow Six credits, a little 6 symbol, and these little tags are renown, which you earn from playing Terra Suns, casual, and ranked. So I'm not going to go into these, but some of them are bundles for a unit. So this is all the Russian Taiga camo with the headgear. Some of them are just headgear. Some of them are just weapons. Here is the SPQR that has a charm, and it has the bundle for the universal weapon skin. Sorry. So universal weapon skins are allow you to put it on any weapon. So I'll go here to explain that. So here's the weapon skin tab. So here it has universal weapon skin. Any of these can go on any weapon. Pistol, shotgun, SMG, anything that can have a skin, you name it, it's on here. So these are the universal skins. There's also the seasonal weapon skins, which means if I bought one of these already, there's only 3 left, but there is 4. I bought the ancient marble one because I liked it. So if you bought one of these, this would allow you to place this skin on any weapon. So the other skins are very specific. So maybe you use, this is 707th, this is Vigil and Dokubi's unit. So this is their weapon. So if I use Dokubi a lot and I really like this weapon, I can look into skin specific for it. So like, do I really like this skin? You can see here it shows which operator it's for. Again, the price. And you can buy skins individually for certain weapons. So charms, again, I'm not going to try to belabor any things. This is just how you purchase and view charms to buy. Same thing for headgear. Uniforms. Boosters are the something you have to buy with Rainbow Six credits that boosts your renown income. So you get double the amount of renown from matches. Digital, so you have to buy those with money. You have to buy a currency pack, which we'll get to in a second, and then buy a booster. Let's see here, you have to buy with Rainbow Six credits. Digital content. So this is kind of like some unique stuff. So if you've seen weapon skins or things you don't know how to get them, well, they're probably on here in digital content. So here has Pro League skins, as you know, a unique Capitao detainee one, has some pretty unique Air Force skins for Pulse here. So this is another place to find some unique skins that maybe you saw somewhere but you couldn't find in the menu. Some cool Bushido style ones. Pretty neat. But these are all money. CAD because I'm Canadian, so it would say USD for most people. Currency pack. So this is where people, spend their money. It has different options to buy them. So it starts here where you're kind of buying, $7 Canadian equals 600 R6 credits. Doubles that for 1,200, but then you start to get a little bit of extra bonus. You guys have probably seen these kinds of setups in, anything from Clash of Clans to, I don't know, any other, kind of buy cosmetic games. So it's up to you to decide what to do. So what I did was, when I started playing, I bought the standard edition because I didn't know how much I would like Siege. And so I bought the standard edition, so it has a limited set of operators. And then what I did was I bought a 4,200 R6 credits pack, so I could buy season 1 and 2 operators. If anyone has any questions on that, you can put them in the comments and I'll answer your questions about getting operators. But if you get the complete edition, you'll get your season 1 and 2, and you also get the season 3 pass, which allows you to get Finca, Lion, Maestro, and Alibi that are season 3, and any other future ones. Okay, so moving on to redeem code, the final one. Straightforward, you redeem a code that you've received from, for a currency pack or something else from a third party. Okay, so a couple more things just to finish off. This is just an advertising kind of area where they advertise. Right now that's two-factor authentication. Here's a Valkyrie birthday challenge, which I'll get to. And you can just click on these dots and view. They're kind of like advertising. So Mirror Golden View is a new bundle, so they're advertising that there. So as I said, this is like kind of the quick launch for Terrasant. This is how you go to the play menu. Here, this 4% represents my current chances to get an alpha pack. So next time I play, every time you play, it'll go up by 2%. If you win, it'll do a random RNG of your 4%. You'll see a little indicator. This little bar will go around depending on how big it is, and it will land on, if it lands on the arrow, then you get an alpha pack. To open an alpha pack, you just click here. It'll say open now. You have ×1. You just drag your mouse across the top of it, and then you click on the little card, and then you'll get a random weapon skin, headgear, cosmetic thing, charm to unlock. So you can get it, if you can technically get it at 2%, and you can take as long as 50% or higher to get it to unlock, because it's completely random. Okay, here is the booster count. So it just shows if you have a booster, and this is how you would activate them. You have to go into the shop that I showed you, buy a booster, and then come activate it here. This is the challenges. So here it has your daily challenges. So this little side tab comes out. These are just your daily challenges. You have like 24 to 48 hours to complete them, otherwise they go away. Here you can see I'm not a season pass owner, but they would have 2 extra challenges, giving them opportunity to earn a bit more renown every day. They're very simple, so play 1 terrorist mission as a GSG-9, which is a particular unit. Same thing with GI, GN, and FBI SWAT. You just have to play. You have to play as that unit to get the achievements. So some of them are play multiplayer rounds, some of them are win multiplayer rounds, and then in club, it opens up the overlay, which you can also open with Shift F2. The big things in here are looking at your friends. So this is how you would invite friends to the game. You hit the 3 dots to the right of their name. You can start a chat with them. You can set a nickname. So you can, maybe they're your best friend Alex. So even if he changes his name, you can remember him. You can start a chat. You can add them to a group, block, remove. But the big one is invite to game. Notifications. So I had an invite here that expired from a friend of mine who has a very unique name there. Groups, I'm not going to touch on too much. Chat, you can just select on whoever and look at chat history. Club challenges, so when we hit that little trophy symbol and the daily challenge split up, you have weekly and classic. Classic are kind of like achievements. Weekly are refresh every Tuesday. So here it says get 7 kills with any gadget or melee weapon in the multiplayer. It has my current achievement progress for that, and then it shows the prize. Some of them are renown and XP. Most of them are renown and XP, and some of them you get charms or weapon skins or unique things for completing. Here, the difference is win 4 rounds with the Inger Legion or multiplayer. Multiplayer means casual or ranked. You can't do it in Terrasant. It would specifically say that, but you do have to win in this particular case. Okay, there's also club rewards, which you can buy with Uplay money. It has your achievements here, the store, which you don't really need to go into through here. you can access the shop, settings, activating keys, and then the browser. Okay, so I think that covers enough of the menu. The next episode I will cover this top right one, which is settings. And I hope you enjoyed this first episode with the absolute bare bones basics for Rainbow Six Siege. Till next time, thanks.